Discussion about natural gas hitting a 5-month high today due to forecasts of warmer weather across the Midwest and slower oil production caused by Tropical Storm Debbie.
Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive is Bruce Vincent. He is the president of oil and natural gas producer Swift Energy. Great to see you again, Bruce. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. We had Boone Pickens on not too long ago, and I asked him whether or not we are reaching a time in our economy when we found out good ways to use all this cheap natural gas energy, because it is so cheap. We could essentially be self-efficient in terms of the production of natural gas if we change things, if we change the way we transport vehicles, et cetera. Are we getting close to that tipping point?
Well, I don't think we're close to the tipping point. I do think Boone has some great ideas, and I think we will implement those. It's just going to take time. We should be using natural gas in our transportation system. I mean, the United States is very vulnerable. 95% of our transportation fuels come from liquid petroleum. That's not a place we want to be. We want to use natural gas both for diversification's sake, but also because it is actually cheaper. But it will take time to build in the infrastructure.
How much
what Boone's trying to do.
Bruce, do you have a timetable for that?
I think without government assistance to try to spur it ahead, it's going to take at least 5 to 10 years to develop a lot of that infrastructure.
Would you support government assistance on getting gasoline stations to turn into fueling stations and get up to speed more quickly by making sure that people can fuel natural gas-powered cars?
Well, there has been some legislation that Boone supported, and I think would be a good idea to support the conversion of long-haul trucking and support the conversion of some of these stations along the major interstate highways to do that. That would help spur this growth in the use of natural gas, which would then help lead Detroit automakers to build cars with that ability, as also service stations within large metropolitan areas, and that would get more people using natural gas.
Now, the other side of the government, of course, they have the carrot and they have the stick, and they've been using the stick a lot through regulatory agencies. They say, the administration says all of the above. They're for alternative sources of energy, but also for the more traditional forms of energy like natural gas and oil. But when you look at what the EPA does, do you believe that?
No, I think, my mother taught me a long time ago to go with actions and behaviors, not with words. And while the president talks about all the above, if you look at their actions and their behaviors and their policies, it's really not all of the above. They're focused strictly on renewables. The regulatory agencies through EPA and Interior have been one of the most adverse that we've seen towards the oil and natural gas industry in terms of additional regulatory burdens that they put in front of the industry.
But isn't President Obama and his administration giving breaks to coal-fired plants that switch over to natural gas, or any of the electrical utilities who work more off natural gas versus what is perceived to be dirtier coal?
Well, they're not really giving breaks. What they're actually doing is putting further regulatory burdens on the coal side to put many coal plants out of business. And if you're trying to generate power, the obvious and best place to go for power generation, particularly if you're forced to move away from something, is natural gas. And so you are seeing the move to that, but it does take time to reconfigure plants that aren't already configured for natural gas. Natural gas is actually replacing a lot of coal-fired plants right now, just because it's more economically feasible because of the price of the fuel.
Bruce Vincent of Swift Energy, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Liz. Thanks, David. Nice to be here.
We've got some breaking news right now on